Imagine this: two people, same age, same job, same salary. One decides to start investing just a small part of their paycheck every month. The other says, "I'll start later, when I have more money." Fast forward 10 years. One is on their way to financial freedom, the other is still struggling to save. The only difference? Time. Here's the truth no one tells you. Wealth isn't just about how much you earn, it's about when you start. And if you're young right now, you hold an advantage that people twice your age would kill for. In this video, I'm going to show you how starting early, even with just a few dollars, can make you rich far faster than you think. Because the game of money isn't won by who plays harder, it's won by who starts sooner. Why time is the most powerful force in investing. When it comes to building wealth, most people think the secret lies in finding the perfect stock or waiting for the next Bitcoin. But that's not the real advantage. The real power, the one that can quietly turn small sums into massive fortunes, is time. Let's think about it this way. Money is like a seed. You can plant it today or wait until later. But the longer it stays in the ground, the deeper the roots grow and the more fruit it produces. In investing, time is the sunlight and water that make your money grow. Here's a real example. Take Warren Buffett, one of the richest men alive. Do you know how much of his wealth he made after turning 50? More than 90%. Not because he suddenly became a genius at that age. He was already great at investing. The difference was time. He started investing at just 11 years old, which gave his money over 7 decades to compound. That's the magic you have right now. Time is your multiplier. Even if you only invest small amounts, the years ahead of you are the most powerful wealth-building tool you'll ever have. Imagine starting with $100 a month at age 20, earning an average 10% return per year. By age 60, that small habit could grow into over $600,000. But if you wait until 30 to start, you'd end up with less than $230,000, almost $400,000 gone, just because of time lost. The earlier you start, the less you have to invest to reach the same goal. That's why starting now isn't just a smart choice, it's a financial superpower. Every month, every year you delay, you're not just missing out on saving, you're missing out on growth that could have been working for you while you sleep. So if you're young, remember this: your age isn't a disadvantage. It's the single biggest advantage you have in the financial world. Albert Einstein once called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. And he wasn't exaggerating, because once you understand it, you realize it's the closest thing to financial magic that actually exists. Here's how it works. When you invest money, you earn returns, interest, dividends, or capital gains. But the real magic happens when those returns start earning their own returns. It's not just your money growing, it's your money's children having children. Let's make it real. Imagine you invest $1,000 and it grows 10% in 1 year. Now you have $1,100. In the second year, that $1,100 grows another 10%, so you end up with $1,210. That extra $10 didn't come from you, it came from your money working for you. That's compound interest, growth building on growth. Now, imagine this continuing for decades. The numbers get insane. If you invested $1,000 today and never added another cent, earning 10% a year, you'd have over $17,000 after 40 years. But if you added just $100 a month, that number jumps to more than $600,000. And that's without ever winning the lottery, getting lucky, or taking huge risks. Compound interest is slow at first, painfully slow. In the beginning, it feels like nothing's happening. But that's the trap most people fall into. Because the first few years are just the setup. The explosion comes later, when the curve starts bending upward. That's when your money stops depending on your effort and starts depending on time. Think about it like pushing a snowball down a hill. At first, it's small and rolls slowly. But as it moves, it picks up more snow, gets heavier, and gains momentum until it's unstoppable. That's what compound interest does. It turns small, consistent effort into unstoppable financial momentum. And the best part? You don't need to be rich to make it work. You just need to start early and stay consistent. Because every year you let that snowball roll, it grows faster than you can imagine. Let's make this idea real, because sometimes numbers alone don't hit as hard as a story. Meet Emma and Jake. They're both 20 years old, just starting their careers, and earning about the same income. Emma decides to start investing right away, just $200 a month into a simple index fund that earns an average of 10% a year. Jake, on the other hand, says he'll start later, once he feels more comfortable. 10 years go by before he finally begins investing the same $200 a month. Now, let's jump ahead to when they're both 60. Emma has invested for 40 years, Jake for 30. They both put in the same monthly amount, and they both got the same average return. But here's the shocking part. By age 60, Emma's portfolio has grown to around $1.1 million. Jake's, just $375,000. That's a difference of more than $700,000, even though Emma only invested $24,000 more in total. The only real difference between them was when they started. That's the insane power of compounding over time. The early years, even if they don't seem like much, are the foundation of everything that follows. Every extra year your money has to grow multiplies your results dramatically. And here's something even crazier. If Emma stopped investing after just 10 years, and never added another dollar after age 30, she'd still retire with more money than Jake, who invested for 30 straight years. That's how powerful early investing is. It flips the equation completely. You don't need to be rich to build wealth. You just need to start early and stay patient. Because the truth is, time is not something you can buy back. Once it's gone forever. Emma didn't just invest money, she invested time, and that's the one asset no one can recreate. The biggest mistakes young investors make. Starting early gives you a huge advantage, but only if you avoid the traps that most young investors fall into. The truth is, many people start investing with the right intentions, and then sabotage themselves without even realizing it. Let's talk about the most common mistakes that can quietly destroy your financial potential. The first big one, chasing quick money. When you're young, it's easy to get caught up in hype, the latest crypto coin, meme stock, or guaranteed side hustle. Social media is full of people showing huge profits overnight, but what you don't see are the losses that come right after. Real wealth isn't built from a few lucky bets, it's built from consistency and patience. Warren Buffett didn't become a billionaire by trading every week. He bought great companies and held them for decades. The second mistake, not investing enough. A lot of people start with a small amount and then stop. They treat investing like something optional, I'll add more later. But consistency matters more than the amount. Even $50 or $100 a month adds up massively over time. The key isn't perfection, it's momentum. Third mistake, panic selling. Markets go up and down, that's normal. But when you're new to investing, those red numbers can be terrifying. So people sell everything the moment things drop. That's the worst move you can make. Because volatility isn't your enemy, emotion is. The investors who stay calm and keep buying when prices are low are the ones who end up winning big. And finally, the fourth mistake, waiting for the right time. So many people tell themselves they'll start when the market's better, when they earn more, or when things feel safer. But the right time never really comes. There's always uncertainty. The only perfect time to start is now, because waiting just means losing time, and time is the most valuable currency in investing. Avoid these mistakes, and you'll already be ahead of 90% of investors your age. The goal isn't to be perfect, it's to stay in the game long enough for time and compounding to do their work. Because once you learn to avoid these traps, your money doesn't just grow, it starts growing on its own. How to start investing even if you're broke. Here's the truth. You don't need to be rich to start investing, you need to start investing to become rich. The idea that you have to wait until you have money is one of the biggest lies keeping young people from building wealth. Because the earlier you begin, the less money you actually need. Let's start with this mindset shift. Investing isn't about having extra money, it's about creating space for your future self. Even if you can only set aside $20, $50, or $100 a month, that's enough to start building real momentum. So, how do you do it when you're broke or just starting out? Step 1. Automate everything. The hardest part of investing is staying consistent. So make it automatic. Set up an automatic transfer every month from your checking account to your investment account, right after you get paid. Treat it like rent or a phone bill, non-negotiable. If you never see the money, you'll never miss it. Step 2. Start with simple tools. You don't need to pick individual stocks or study charts. Start with low-cost index funds or ETFs that track the overall market. These funds automatically diversify your money across hundreds of companies, which lowers your risk while still giving you solid long-term growth. Step 3. Take advantage of free money. If you have access to a retirement account like a 401k or an employer match program, use it. That match is literally free money. Turning it down is like refusing a pay raise. Step 4. Increase your contribution as you grow. When you get a raise or side income, don't upgrade your lifestyle right away. Upgrade your investments instead. The first dollars you invest are the most powerful ones. They'll grow for decades. And here's something powerful to remember. Starting small doesn't mean staying small. Those first $20 may not look like much, but they're the first drops of water that form a river. Over time, with consistency, they can turn into hundreds of thousands. Every successful investor you admire, every millionaire who started from nothing, began with a first step that looked tiny. What made the difference was that they started, while everyone else waited for the right time. So even if you're broke today, you're not behind. You're just early, and that's the best position you can possibly be in. The mindset shift. Thinking long-term when you're young. When you're young, it's easy to think in short bursts, the next weekend, the next paycheck, the next vacation. But wealth doesn't grow in bursts. It grows in seasons, slowly, quietly, then all at once. To build real wealth, you need to think in decades, not days. Most people overestimate what they can do in a year, and underestimate what they can do in 10. The truth is, long-term thinking is what separates those who build wealth from those who just chase it. Here's a story that proves it. In the 1970s, there was a study done at Stanford, the famous marshmallow experiment. Children were told they could eat one marshmallow immediately or wait 15 minutes and get two. The kids who learned to wait, to delay gratification, ended up performing better in almost every area of life decades later, from health to income. Investing works exactly the same way. The people who can say, "I don't need the reward now, I'll let it grow," are the ones who end up financially free. But long-term thinking doesn't mean never enjoying life. It means balancing the now with the future. It's about realizing that every dollar you invest today is a worker you're hiring to earn for you tomorrow. If you keep spending all your workers, you'll never have a team building your wealth while you sleep. Thinking long-term also changes how you see money. You stop seeing it as something to spend, and start seeing it as something to build with. You begin asking better questions. What will this dollar become in 20 years? Instead of, what can this buy today? And the incredible thing is, once you make that shift, you stop feeling like you're missing out. Because you realize you're playing a different game, one where patience and vision win every time. When you think long-term, every market crash becomes an opportunity. Every small contribution becomes a seed. Every boring month of consistency becomes a brick in your financial freedom. The truth is, most people quit before the results show up. But those who can think long-term, who keep going when nothing seems to be happening, they're the ones who eventually look like overnight successes. So start seeing time as your ally, not your enemy. Because the moment you do, wealth stops being a dream and starts becoming inevitable. Final thoughts. The future you will thank you. Someday, years from now, you'll look back at this moment and realize that every small decision you made, every $50 invested, every impulse resisted, every month you stayed consistent, quietly changed your entire life. The future you will be living the results of the habits you start right now. Wealth doesn't appear overnight. It grows in silence. It grows while you're working, sleeping, living your life. And the most beautiful part, once you've set the system in motion, time does most of the heavy lifting for you. So if you're in your 20s or even your teens, know this, you're in the most powerful position of your life. You don't need to predict markets, chase trends, or earn six figures. You just need to start, stay patient, and trust the process. Because one day, when your friends are wondering how you built your freedom, you'll know the answer. You started early, and you let time work its magic. Start today. Your future self is already waiting to thank you. And if this video gave you clarity or motivation, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow, and it might just inspire someone else to start their journey too.